This is the LibertyBloc broadcasting journey, semi-live from Nevermind Where USA. Liberty is always on point here. God bless our troops. Subscribe or follow if you never want to miss a beat. Drop a comment if you have something to say. Like and comment, hell yeah, if you're a blockhead. And of course, sharing is caring. With the war in Iran, there's a lot of noise about Trump and the so-called purge of generals, admirals, and senior advisors. The left says it's a dangerous game to politicize the Pentagon because they've never done that themselves. And of course, MAGA rejects the framing and acts like it's just routine leadership change. The truth, as always, is somewhere in the middle. Well, middle right. What we're not seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is a coup. That's the way it's being portrayed. It's a shakeup at the top of the U.S. military, one that, again, is being framed very differently by the leftist mainstream media, just like you would expect. Several of the most senior military leaders were removed, reassigned, or forced into early retirement in the span of a few weeks. At the same time, civilian leadership, well, those positions were changed as well. All of these moves, every last one, were marketed, and I do mean marketed, by the mainstream media as utter confusion, poor choices, and a loyalty play. It was compounded by the media mashing everything together into one Trump fired the generals narrative. Generals aren't fired. That's hard. They're reassigned. Civilian leadership, like the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, serve at the pleasure of the president. With the left calling this a loyalty purge, they argue that Trump is pushing out officers who question his Iran strategy, resisted his political language, or resisted the idea of using the military to enforce law. The MAGA loyalists, they say the Pentagon was overdue for reform. They claim it is bloated, slow, and overly focused on administrative issues instead of warfighting. Issues like woke, gender, and DEI nonsense. The reality, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of both. But Trump, he's not rebuilding a military from the ground up. He's reshaping the top layer to fit his style, his priorities, his political instincts. This doesn't automatically make it evil, and it's not illegal, but it could be risky. Let's face it, the media loves the green officer frame because it sounds dramatic and dubious. But the framing, again, is misleading. This is not a collapse of rank structure. The people that are being promoted are not like PFC Loudon Downey from A Few Good Men. These are senior officers with decades of experience. And the purge really isn't about generals, admirals, or civilian leadership. It's about a sustained strategic reshaping of the Pentagon's leadership under President Trump. Is Trump building a more effective military that's more aligned with his vision? Or is he building a more obedient military that's less likely to push back on political or risky orders? The answer, again, is a little bit of both. This is LibertyBloc, and I yield back the balance of my time. God bless everyone.